If you ever wanted to learn how to blow glass, now's your chance. The Glass Academy in Dearborn will be opening its doors to the public this weekend for the first time since the start of the pandemic. You can take part in the second annual Glass Spring Fling for live glass blowing experience. Here's a look at what you can expect. All right, that is quite the preview. Joining us is Michelle Plucinsky. She's the owner of the Glass Academy in Dearborn. Thank you for being here with us. We're so glad to have you.
Yeah, Terrence, thanks for having us.
Okay, so like I said, that preview is very exciting. Tell us about this event. What can people expect when they get there?
So we have finished glassware. We have a full gallery. It's 4,000 square feet with all kinds of new stuff being shown in it. And then we do live demos so you can see how each of these items were made. We're going to do a couple specialties.
Okay, now what if you're a novice at this? I'd imagine most people are because we don't get the chance to do this often. Is this something that beginners can do?
Well, we have a series of classes designed. We'll have a whole table set up. There's about 6 or 8 classes that you can take. And I knew you'd love this one, the strawberry.
Oh yeah, that
So
great.
the strawberry is a new class that we developed. These are unique to our studio and we want you to be successful. So we give you all the tools, the techniques that you need. That's solid glass. It's not going to break. It's not going to go anywhere. You can put it on your mantle and you can say, I made that.
It's heavier than I thought it would be. Are there any items in particular that are favorites, fan favorites for people?
Yeah, you know, during the pandemic, we were all feeling a little sluggish, right? So we kind of came up with a slug.
A slug for the pandemic, very fitting.
Yeah, and he's fun. There are all sorts of different colors. We do this really cool Italian technique where we use these specialty colors. And that's a traditional ancient technique, and we made it modern in the slug. So it's really fun and it's goofy.
So for people who aren't really familiar with this art form, how do you do it? It looks easy, but of course things that look easy are never easy. We know that.
Yeah, it takes lots of practice. What we do is we've trained extensively to do this. We dip into a furnace of hot molten glass and then we have it on a long rod. We pull it out and we blow it. So we shape and form it. Like this one here, we pushed in with different tools and each one is unique. Do you ever see a pizza dough spun out?
Sure.
Yeah, so this is kind of the same idea. When you spin it fast, it kind of flares out and gives you this really cool shape. And then other items like the egg, we control a little bit more with the tool that we use to get that finished shape.
So do you go into this knowing what you're going to make, or does it just kind of happen as you go?
No. Yeah, we plan. You really have to. One thing I really like about glass blowing is you do have to plan it out. So you have to think ahead, you have to envision it, draw it up, talk about the technique, and then you practice. So it's learned by doing. It's a Henry Ford classic, learn by doing.
Okay, so as we mentioned, you all have had to take a break during the pandemic, so this is a great chance to get back at it. How's that feeling for you?
Oh, it feels so good. We actually started a live show, so it's called The Gathering Point. It's on Tuesday nights on YouTube. And you can find us, you Google glass blowing and you'll find us, but now we can open our doors and have the people back in. So we used to do these shows all the time, but during the pandemic, the doors weren't open.
Okay, do people get to take the items that they make? Can they take them home?
They do. What happens though is the glass has to cool, so very slowly overnight it cools off, and then we ship. When you take a class, we ship it directly to you.
Okay.
But they can shop this weekend. We have all these beautiful things out. They can check it out.
So I've been told that you recently broke a Guinness World Record. Tell us about that.
So that was really fun. We did a community event where people came in and they blew 2 bubbles. One they got to keep and one was for us. We're building a giant sculpture that's based on the Great Lakes and it will be filled with all these glass bubbles. And to win that Guinness World Record, we needed over 1,000 bubbles to make this happen. So the class is called Breath of Michigan. It's on our website. You can read more about it there. When you make 2 bubbles, the bubbles you made is still warm, so it goes to the next class after you, and you take one from the class before. So it's really a community thing. It's really cool.
Wow, and it's really literally connecting everyone too.
Oh yeah,
that's
so
amazing.
Fun. Yeah.
Is this something that is a first of its kind in the state, this class that we're going to be having?
I think so. You know, we've been doing the shows and events. The Breath of Michigan is the first of its kind ever. This strawberry class is unique to our studio. The Meditation Globe is another class that we do. And these are all unique so that if you go to another studio, you can try a different style class. But around the U.S., we're known for our amazing classes.
I love the detail in this. Now, if someone is watching this and maybe they say, I don't necessarily want to go, but I do love these items, can they purchase them? Or?
Oh, yes. GlassAcademy.com. Yeah, find us online. We have a whole plethora of items that we sell. You can read more about the company, and we'd love the support.
Okay, and it looks like a great time. Last thing, anything you want to say to anyone just to encourage them to get out there and experience this?
Oh, yeah, it's so fun. It's family friendly, free street parking, easy to get to. Why not spend a day supporting the arts and just come out and watch?
All right, Michelle, thank you so much for joining us again. We appreciate it. We'll have that information that you need on our website, cbsdetroit.com. We've got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back after this.